On the death of Alexander III, his son became Nicholas II, Emperor of Russia. The new Tsar continued the tradition and even amplified it. Every year, he commissioned one egg for his Tsarina, Alexandra, and one for his mother, Maria Feodorovna. In a country where the winters are endless and the colors of town and country are masked by snow, the sight of flowers is comforting. They were also a source of inspiration for the designers of the House of Fabergé. And so it was that in 1895, Nicholas presented his wife with the rosebud egg, a work in the Louis XVI style. The shell is in guillocheted gold, coated in enamel, and decorated with garlands of gold leaves and diamond arrows. On top of the egg, an imposing diamond covers a portrait of the Tsar. On the bottom, another diamond covers the date of the gift. Inside, the Empress discovered a yellow rosebud, a symbol of love. The diamond arrows are, of course, those of Cupid. The jeweled egg expresses all the passion the Tsar felt for his wife. The lily of the valley, symbol of youth and purity, was the Tsarina's favorite flower. In 1898, Fabergé gave Easter a touch of Art Nouveau. And Nicholas II presented his wife with the lilies of the valley egg. The shell is covered with translucent pink enamel. It's marked with vertical lines. The buds are pearls, and the petals are cut diamonds. The egg's surprise is at the top, a three-leaved clover of portraits, of Nicholas and of the couple's two first daughters, Olga and Tatiana. To cope with the increasing orders, Carl Fabergé was obliged to look beyond his own workshops and develop a complex network of exclusive partners, subcontractors, and suppliers from among the host of established jewelers in the city. He chose the best talents and hundreds of craftsmen who would contribute to the making of his treasured artworks. Some work masters were crucial. Among them, Franz Bierbaum, an excellent designer and an innovative technologist. Years later, he took the time to write his memoirs, in which he explained how Fabergé managed to increase his firm's production without affecting its creativity. He wrote,
"The Fabergé brothers had too much work and could not run their workshops in the proper manner. So they decided to set up independent workshops to work solely on the house's designs.
Once organized, the brothers diversified production and targeted other markets. Carl Fabergé was driven only by the quest for the beauty and originality of an object. In an interview with a fashionable magazine, he stated,
"An object of value is of no interest to me if its price lies in its abundance of pearls and diamonds."
It was the same principle as for a work of art. The price of a painting isn't the addition of the cost of the canvas and oils. The value of a work depends on more complex, more subjective criteria. The Fabergé workshops made the most out of the beauty of semi-precious stones and enamel. The perfection of the enamels was one of the house's signatures. To make them, Karl hired the city's top workmasters. Together, they experimented with transparencies and colors. He made infinite variations of designs on guilloche bases. Guilloche is the delicate, regular engraving of undulating lines. The coats of transparent enamel on guilloche gold or silver play with the light and produce endless, stunning reflection effects. The house offered more than 100 different colors from which customers could choose. Fabergé also learned how to play with the beauty of semi-precious hardstones mined from deposits in Russia, notably in Siberia and the Ural Mountains. In his memoirs, Franz Bierbaum notably cites nephrite, which is found along the banks of the Onat River in eastern Siberia, a green stone with infinite chromatic variations. Rhodonite for inclusions of bright pink. Topaz with its tawny transparencies. The deep blue of lapis lazuli. The elegant violet of amethyst. The different types of quartz whose rock crystal entails such delicate work, and many other marvels. The sculpture workshop used all the masterpieces of nature. Fabergé gave nobility to all these materials, which he used to make useful or decorative accessories to please his privileged clientele. But his objects also marked a rupture between the ruling elite in search of beauty and pleasure and a country which, during the last decades of the 19th century, was plunged into social crisis that was particularly cruel on the Russian people. Fabergé's customers appeared to flee from this reality and seek the insouciance of childhood. The jeweler invented playthings for adults, which brought messages of goodwill and crystallized the memories of happy moments. The jewelry itself expressed a playful fairy tale world. In the universe of Fabergé, animal sculptures had a place of their own, bringing a touch of fun and amusement. Their color was determined by that of the stone they were carved in. On this, Franz Bierbaum wrote,
"These miniature sculptures met with great success. They made excellent gifts when it was important that the prices were not too high.
By producing more and more unique pieces, Fabergé provoked fetishist impulses and passions among collectors. You have to look deep into psychological mechanisms to begin to understand people's attraction to these small totems, notably the statuettes, which are composed of adjusted semi-precious stones. They're often of popular figures, like soldiers or peasants. Some gifts were extremely refined and expensive, like this basket of lily of the valley. Or these delicate pansies standing in a glass of water sculpted in rock crystal. The St. Petersburg jeweler played with the desires of the elite, and the designers of the house imagined all kinds of everyday objects whose aesthetics often outweighed their purpose. They offered a vast choice, a poetic inventory made up of clocks, desk ornaments, pad holders, glue pots, hairpins, perfume bottles, manicure sets, opera glasses, cane and parasol handles, spyglasses, purses, belt buckles, desk bells, and so many other creations. While the Imperial Eggs continue to draw the most attention, the sheer quantity of the House of Fabergé's works is often ignored. In its first 30 years of business, its workshops made more than 200,000 different objects. More important pieces were also sculpted in semi-precious stone, like this platter in nephrite. With its Rococo-style handles, with strawberry red enamel bordered with gold. It was presented as a wedding gift by Nicholas II to Crown Prince Wilhelm of Germany and his bride Cecily, Duchess of Mecklenburg-Schwerin. Cigarette cases and semi-precious stone were also much appreciated gifts. Nephrite was also used in the making of the Imperial Eggs. In 1911, when Maria Feodorovna celebrated the 30th anniversary of her accession to the throne, her son Nicholas II presented her with the bay tree egg, a tree whose fine, shimmering leaves were delicately carved from strips of nephrite. The foliage is dotted with pink and yellow stones, amethysts, and citrines. The base is a nephrite. The date and Fabergé's signature are particularly visible. Maria Feodorovna loved birds. When the mechanism is started, the top of the tree rises to reveal a bird with real feathers that begins to sing. The bay tree was one of the Imperial Eggs most coveted by collectors and admirers of Fabergé. It has passed through numerous pairs of hands, notably those of the American billionaire Malcolm Forbes.
This is the orange tree egg. It's one of the most famous. If you push that, the little bird's supposed to sing, but naturally on TV it's shy.
It's now on display at the Fabergé Museum in St. Petersburg.